From the Tokyo Bureau, welcome to the James Neil Cooper channel with your host, James.
A very warm welcome to the channel. It's Sunday the 17th of July 2022 and I do have a new updated office which looks a little bit like that, making life a bit more convenient for me. Now, the title of this, the beginning of the Chinese economic collapse. What is happening? Well, you saw this video at the very beginning, and protesters in Henan province, which is here in China, thousands of people are trying to get their deposits back out of their account, and the bank is basically saying no to that. I know we have covered this before, but we're going to cover this in a bit more detail. Not doing the Three Gorges Dam today, or the weather situation, or the levels at the dam or rivers, just about the beginning of the collapse of the Chinese economy, possibly. So, first of all, they tried to, why did they go to this banking system in Henan? Well, high interest. So imagine that you have $1 million, for example, and they are offering 7% interest straight, maybe a little bit of tax taken off. So that means that you would get something like 70,000 American dollars every year on interest. So lots of people in China went to Henan directly and deposited all their money, their life savings, because the interest is going to be incredibly high. The moral of this story, I am going to say now, is don't put your eggs all in one basket. Make sure you spread your money out evenly on offshore accounts, and guaranteed, or the best guarantee you can possibly get, like HSBC, Citibank, Standard Charter, for example, Deutsche Bank, International, because they are not going to go away for a long time. Let's take a quick break. So when some investors went to Henan Bank, and this started, you could say, like April, May, even June time, in the last 3 months or so, and they said, no, you can't take it out, but you will be able to on July the 15th, which was a couple of days ago, but they still haven't been able to. What they did is liaise with the CCP, and to get anywhere in China, you need a QR code, a green QR code, a health code to make sure you're fit to travel, that you don't have any COVID. But if you have a red one, you can't travel anywhere. So these depositors, suddenly, they couldn't even leave their hometown in a different province entirely. But some were able to do so, and they started to protest and saying, we want our money. Now, where did the money go? Well, a lot of it's some of the corruption with the banking system, because it's not big banks, this is just like a provincial bank. Some of the bank managers said thank you very much, and some investments overseas to some of the richer investments with loaning money so they can have actual property in a different country. Now, in China, you can't own a property, you just lease a property for 70 years. After that, well, we don't know, because it's only been around for the last 20, maybe 25 years. So these people are protesting. And what the bank and the central government has done is to bring in people to control the protesters. Some police, but they're going to stand their distance, but some people have called them different words. Some people, you could say, like bodyguards for the bank. Not just one or two of them, hundreds, possibly even thousands, and they look like this. It's actually very shocking, and the result, we don't know. Is the Chinese government running out of money? Now, here is a expat from China, not too sure where he's living, talking about his situation, and he's saying he must be quite wealthy in that way, but he managed to get his money and his accounts and himself out of the country, so he's not going to have the situation
七哥，你可以在直播中说，告诉国内的同胞们不要再傻了。他说，金融一定崩溃，房地产一定崩溃，共产党一定灭亡。他说他认识的这个行长级别里边，他说有这个2、3本护照的太多了，都做好跑的准备了。那么爆料革命呢，也让这些人呢知道往哪儿跑，该怎么跑，然后跑完以后，共产党会怎么来处理他的家人，都已经准备好了。所以说，他说我现在钱也出来了，人也运出来了，更重要的事情，他说我最在乎的人都提前出来了。然后呢，潜水艇一家头2天这个出来直播，他在那着急，他说潜水艇一家都能出去，那我们更得出去。他在这个马上出来，还带来了大量的金融信息啊，我相信他会跟美国政府啊会分享信息啊，跟美国政府合作。
As this story develops, we will try to keep an eye on it. But this is something just the tip of the iceberg. And this title here, why are people across China refusing to pay their mortgages? What to know so far? Basically, the best investment in China, like you would say in the world, is to have your own property. You may put a deposit down, and for 20, 25 years, you may pay a mortgage. And then after that time, that property and the land is yours. You are a landowner. You are a landlord, basically. In China, what happens basically is the same. You may go to this showroom and it shows the model of this beautiful housing or apartment complex. And then you would put a deposit and you would even start paying the mortgage even before the land is broke. Yeah? Even before they start building. But nothing happens. Everything gets delayed. The last excuses were COVID, and then another excuse, rivers, floods, drought, etc. So your house doesn't get built. But then next door, they will offer another landowner deal or a lease deal to the Chinese people, and it's even for 15% less. But your house hasn't even been started to be built. So this is why the investors are getting really mad. They're putting in their life savings, their hard-earned life savings, into something which is going to give a investment, a solid investment for their family in the future, but now is being all turned away. So if you ever have an opportunity to invest in property in China, the answer is no. Look at the big construction company Evergrande that earlier this year, or was it last year? I think it was earlier this year, went into $300 billion debt. And things just stopped completely. So people's savings are just being wiped out. And this seems to be happening more in Henan province at the moment. But I'm sure in other places it's happening too. But this is where the headlines are. And I think with that, it's time for another break. But if you go to social media in China like Weibo, or there's another one like Facebook called WeChat, where if you type this in, it will sort of give you very few results. And if people do complain about it, then it's going to be, or how to say, their account is going to be blocked and possibly be deleted. So they would have to go using a VPN to Twitter to announce this. But what does the Chinese government do about it? They would do adverts or advertisements saying everything is okay, which looks like this. Now, please note, this is not happening to 1.4 billion people. It's just a very small percentage of people. But it is 100% newsworthy that you work all your life and then suddenly the bank that you trust and promises you the world and the rainbow doesn't. The old saying, if it's too good to be true, then it possibly is not true. Now, let's move away from that and let's see some pandas. Why not? We haven't seen pandas for a while, and them, the pandas, trying to escape the heat. Related to the heat wave in lots of places in China, I did show this on the temperature map yesterday on my channel. What are people in Wuhan doing? They're having a swim in the Yangtze River. And do you want to meet the strongest cat in the world? Well, here he is. Now, related to my brand new office, if you want to see how I completed it, you can go to this channel and it's called My New Office. You can see it. I only posted it a little bit earlier today, but if you want to see a little clip of it now on a time lapse, here it is for a minute with a little bit of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. And how do I prepare for this? Well, here's again another time lapse for you, just showing you what I do. Yes, I am wearing shorts. I live in the tropics and the temperature is, well, inside is 26 degrees with the air conditioning on. And that brings us to a close on Sunday the 17th of July. The normal courtesy messages, please smash the thumbs up, that would be excellent. And subscribe if you haven't done so, that helps the algorithm grow the channel. And please make sure you still are subscribed as well. Many thanks to the members of this channel, many thanks to the members of my Patreon account, and many thanks to the subscribers who've been with me all these years now. Have an excellent Sunday. Be good, be well, be safe, and I will say bye-bye for now. Thank you as always for your time. It's something I can never give back to you.